Welcome back, everyone. In this video, we're going to cover RSVP, which is an add-on functionality to Calendar Anything that we reviewed in our last video. This is a great solution if you ever have a want or a need for your customers to navigate to some portal, take a look at available days and times, and schedule an appointment on their own. Take a look at the demo and the overview of this solution, and as always, I hope you enjoy. Curious, how has COVID maybe highlighted additional use cases where Calendar Anything could be very useful that maybe you didn't think of as much before?
So we actually have, and it wasn't because of COVID, but it became more of a prevalent accelerator, which was our RSVP Accelerator, which allows folks to see a Calendar Anything version in a Lightning container on a Force.com site. So they can see full functionality and then sign up for a particular time slot within RSVP. And of course, I'm happy to talk you through that accelerator. It's separate from Calendar Anything, but that piece of being able to self-schedule time for going back to work and that whole return to work use case was huge for Calendar Anything and RSVP. This is RSVP. So I'm going to hop into my other calendar that shows this RSVP calendar on the back end. So this is what presents to your end users, or not even end users, your audience, period, because it's a Force.com site. I can share this with anyone. Anybody has access to this calendar and can go on and sign up for these time slots. So I'm going to hop into a month view so you see it just like I'm seeing it before. So this is the exact same calendar. All I'm doing is presenting it on a Force.com site in a week view. You have the availability to go to day or month, but in week view, I feel like makes most sense. You also have your filter sets just like you had with the native Salesforce as well. So I only care about onboarding with Maria Payton. And I can say, okay, cool, this 10 a.m. time slot works for me. I'm going to RSVP. As in a user of this product, you have total control over what logo goes here, CSS coding to make sure it feels like your brand. And then from here, you're just typing in information to, and I disabled my keyboard, of course. You can type in information and go ahead and submit, and it will send you a email that will automatically let you have conference information or any information that you need. It's just your confirmation email that you have signed up, and then you can also reschedule from that email. But a high-level overview of RSVP and how it works, it's literally just a public-facing website of availability that you can sign up for. So
that's actually pretty cool. Just to make sure I'm following the way it works behind the scenes is, let's say that I have a shop where I house like drawings every Friday or whatever, and then I have another room that is also doing the same thing but with a different instructor. This would be something where anybody can go on there, they can see the availability, and when they create the record, essentially the RSVP, in behind the scenes we have predefined fields we want them to fill out, so that way we're getting the information we want.
Exactly. And what it will do is it will create an attendee record, so then you can track those attendees within that, and you can say, oh yes, they showed, and then you can add additional information and yada yada, because of course it's all housed within Salesforce, so you have those records available to you once they're created.
Awesome. Curious, is RSVP part of what you get with the Calendar Anything package, or is it separate?
Great question. It is a paid accelerator. So Calendar Anything licenses are $165 per license per year, or $13.75 per license per month, but we do bill annually. And then it's an additional $30 per license per year for the RSVP add-on. And anyone that has a Calendar Anything license will also need an RSVP license. But it does open up this self-scheduling ability to you with the RSVP piece.
So if I have just one website where I just need people to go and sign up through the RSVP, that would be one RSVP license?
It depends. So we have a minimum purchase requirement of 10 Calendar Anything licenses. So in that case, it would be 10 Calendar Anything licenses and 10 RSVP licenses.
Also, which one-to-one then?
Right. $195 for the two of them per license per year. Exactly. And it also, another, big thing about the RSVP Salesforce relationship is the fact that if, especially during COVID times when folks were coming in and signing up for, say, a COVID shot, we were able to say, hey, this person has never been to this practice before. Let's go ahead and put this contact information into a marketing cloud flow where we're going to send them all of our marketing content from here on out after they've gotten that initial COVID shot 1 and 2. Or COVID testing. It was the use cases were endless there as well, and how now they're able to have that retention of those new patients that they otherwise wouldn't have seen. So yeah, another great use case for Calendar.
Calendar Anything, solving real world problems out there.
That's right. Another thing to point out, which I didn't even talk about on the fact that's not related to RSVP, is the fact that you have the ability to export to Excel. So you also, of course, have the ability to print as well. But
everybody loves to export to Excel. That's
yes,
pretty cool.
Yes. And so since you have already built essentially the report within Calendar Anything of I want these fields and I'm looking at this object, you don't have to rework yourself. Now you can just create that calendar in or export that information to Excel. You have all of the same color coding, but then you can massage the data from here, and it also links out to the record within Salesforce.